Hi and welcome to the DIY Retro channel. Today we'll take a journey back in time to the early 20th century, cause a few weeks ago I came across very old electric lighter internet which look like this. From what was written, it was a French product manufactured and sold between 1900 and 1920, and best of all, it runs on a mains voltage and was ignited by an electric arc. So today I'm going to build very old, antique French electric lighter. So grab yourself a good cup of coffee and let's watch it. The lighter's electrical circuit is a typical series connected RL circuit. 5 resistors connected in series have a total resistance of 20 ohms and a coil has an inductance 0.1 millihenries. Resistors limit the current during the discharge. The coil, on the other hand, due to its properties, limits current peak and additionally helps create a beautiful spark. This is because the current cannot be interrupted abruptly in inductance. This is flows from the first law on commutation, but we won't go into such details for this project. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's find out if our predictions are right and we'll be able to create nice and sufficient spark to light this candle up. So yeah, let's try. Of course, safety glasses first, and let's find out. Wow, this is so cool! Ha! Due to the fact that we are dealing with the voltage that prevails in a home network, in my case is 230 volts, you really have to be careful. I can do this all night long. Okay, now we know that the lighter's electrical circuit creates a beautiful spark and it doesn't overload the home electrical network, so we can start making a housing. As you can see, the casing will be wooden, specifically made from an old key box, if I remember correctly. I will make the front of the enclosure from cardboard, to which I will glue an aluminum plate. Why cardboard and not aluminum? For two reasons. First, it's easier to cut a hole for spark generation, and second, the cardboard would provide an additional layer of insulation between the copper and the aluminum front of the enclosure. As you can see, the front of the case will rest on 4 wood screws. I cut the cardboard so it fit perfectly inside the wooden casing. This will make my lighter more reminiscent of the French original. Before I glue the aluminum plate to the cardboard front, I cut a rectangular hole in it. This is where the spark will be generated. Okay, now I can stick the aluminum cover on the cardboard front of the housing. Okay, but where can I get aluminum plate? The easiest way, of course, is to use an aluminum from a soda can. I attach the aluminum plate to the cardboard front using double-sided tape. This is the simplest and most effective way to do it. There's no need to rush when gluing the aluminum cover. It's important to do it carefully and precisely. Any pieces of aluminum protruding beyond the cardboard's perimeter should be trimmed off. Of course, you should also cut out a rectangular hole matching the one previously cut in the cardboard backing. The wooden casing, of course, is painted black to resemble the original as much as possible. Okay, while the paint on a wooden housing dries, I will start assembling the lighter electrical system. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I soldered the 5 resistors and a coil in series. Nothing sophisticated here. The last element of the lighter's electrical circuit is the spark gap. To make the spark gap, I will use copper plates. The plates are made from leftover copper bottles I used to build my cardboard lamp. A link to video on how to make a cardboard lamp should appear on the screen. On each plate I mark the places where I cut the teeth between which the electric arc will be created. Then, using small pliers, I cut the marked places in the copper plates. Before assembling all the components, I prepared the power cable. I sourced mine from an old electric heater. Not only does it look vintage, it is actually very old. I mount the RL circa components inside the wooden housing and then attach them using hot glue. Next, I attach the previously prepared copper spark gap plates to the inside of the housing cover. I use thick double-sided adhesive tape for this purpose. Here, make sure that the teeth of copper plates don't touch each other. In my case, the gap between them is about half a centimeter. After gluing the copper spark gap elements, we can solder the cables to them and then connect them to the remaining elements of the lighter circuit, as shown in the diagram. After all the circuit's components have been soldered together, I can insert the front of the lighter with its built-in spark gap into the wooden housing. As you can see, everything fits perfectly. Time for a quick test. Oh yeah, the lighter works as it should. The last thing left to make is the wick for our lighter. I made the wick from two elements, an aluminum tube with a diameter of 1 cm and a cylindrical piece of wood with a diameter of 2 cm. I drew a hole in a piece of wood to insert part of the aluminum tube. The wooden part will be the handle and the aluminum tube with a cotton wool soaked in kerosene will be the wick. I glued a kerosene container to the side of the wooden casing. This container will hold the wick of our lighter, keeping it constantly saturated with kerosene and ready to ignite. I made a kerosene container from aluminum tubing. And it looks and works more or less like this. I'm very pleased with the end result. The lighter not only works but also looks very vintage and can be an interesting element of house interior design. Okay, that's all in this video. I hope you enjoy it. The lighter I built, it's not only looks and works stunning, but it's also a truly useful feature. With this lighter you can easily light a candle or fireplace at your home, or easily just a light cigarette if you are smoking, although I don't recommend smoking, it's a bad habit. Yeah, really bad. Nevertheless, if you like what I do, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and see you soon in the next video of DIY Retro channel.